Good morning, second grade math students. How are you doing today? It's good to be with you here. And today we are working on 9-2, Unit 9, Topic 9, Lesson 2. And this unit is all about counting hundreds and working with hundreds and three-digit numbers to 1,000. Okay, so you'll need your workbook and your whiteboard and your place value chart and your base 10 blocks. And in this chapter they refer to the base 10 blocks as place value blocks, so I want you to know that those are both the same, place value blocks and base 10 blocks. Okay, and this is your place value chart, and these are your columns. This is your ones, your tens, and your hundreds, and you have a 1-digit column, 2 digits, and 3 digits. And now we know that we have a 4th column, which is a 4-digit number, which is 1,000. And I was able to retrieve a 1,000 block. Some of you might remember this from the classroom. I was talking about this during the last lesson, and this is the 1,000 block. It's a cube. It looks like that in the pictures. Okay, so I also want you to get your old workbook, and I'm going to show you how I want you to use the hundreds chart. So you're going to do this, and I'm going to model it for you. Go to page 189, where your hundreds chart was, and I want you to get scissors and a glue stick, and you're going to cut it out. And because I referred to it so much, and I didn't find one in the new notebook yet, I want you to go ahead and glue it right on to the front of volume 2. Okay, so you're going to take your glue stick, or if you don't have glue, you can use tape. You go around the edge. I call it the perimeter. And that's a fancy word, but you'll be learning about the perimeter and the area next year in 3rd grade math. And then you go ahead and you put it right at the front, and then you'll always be able to refer to it. Now if you have tape at home, like Scotch tape or the big packaging tape, you can go ahead and put it over that. I don't have any at home. It's in the classroom because I'm going to be moving and using it for boxing things up. But you can go ahead and do that, and then you'll have a clear plastic cover, and you can count like I do. Alright, so let's start this lesson with skip counting, and we're going to skip count by tens, and then we're going to skip count by hundreds, and you can use the hundreds chart. We're going to start at 0, we're going to go to 100. Ready? 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and 100 becomes a 3-digit number. Now we're going to go back and we're going to go 100. You see I'm putting the zeros in there. 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, and 1,000 becomes your 4-digit number. It is 10 100s. 100 times 10 equals 1,000. Okay, and before you knew that 10 tens equaled 100, just like 1 times 10 equals 10. So we have 10, we have 1 equals 1 times 1. We have 1, 10, 100, 1,000. Okay? All right, let's get started with our focus question. We are on page 381. And I wrote it for you right here. and we can read it together. You can read it with me, or you can listen or read it yourself in your book on page 381. Let's get started. I can use place value blocks and drawings to model and write 3-digit numbers. Okay, so one more time, I can use place value blocks. Remember, I call them base 10 blocks. And drawings to model and write 3-digit numbers. Okay, let's turn to page 381. Oops, I forgot to move my cursor. Okay, and she asks you, how can you use place value blocks to show 125? Okay, and there's more than one way. There's several ways, especially the bigger the more digits you have, the more different ways you can show the number by using your model, your blocks. Draw your blocks to show what you did. So you can go ahead and do that on your whiteboard. Okay, and you can take a minute to pause the video while you do that. Okay, and I'll go ahead and do it too. And we're going to model the 3-digit number, 125. Okay, are you ready? Let's share. So this is how I did it, and I have 100, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 125. 125 is a 3-digit number. Okay, so you get your place value chart. And these are your columns. Remember, digit is just any numeral from 0 to 9. A digit, we learned this vocabulary before, is any numeral, any number from 0 to 9. Digits don't necessarily follow the order of the number line or the place value chart or the hundreds chart. Okay, a digit is any numeral 0 to 9. Okay, so when you have a 1-digit number, it's just one number, one numeral. A 2-digit number is 2 numerals. And a 3-digit number is 3 numerals. Okay, 3 digits. The place value column tells you how many of each are in there. So this one has 5 ones. This one has 2 tens. And this number has 100. 125. Okay, now if you were to represent this with your base 10 blocks, I would put out 100, 2 tens, and 2 ones, and 5 ones. And you can use your base 10 blocks, place value blocks, or you can go ahead and draw your models. Okay, so we have 5 ones, 2, 4, 5, okay, 2 tens, and 100. Okay. And now, right, let's go ahead and erase and turn the page to the learning bridge. Visual learning bridge, okay? And she says, what number do the models show? So let's go ahead and count it up. Okay, because they're not organized. They're just random. I see 2 hundreds, 5/10. And then ones, I'm going to have to count them. And I like to count them with my pencil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I check them off as I count them. And so then I don't recount them. 259. So there's 2 hundreds, 5 tens, and 9 ones. And 9 is 5 plus 4. So I've organized them. Okay? Right, so go ahead and keep doing the guided practice. In the guided practice, they're asking you to fill out the place value chart with what's missing. Okay, and then go ahead and do the independent practice. We did a lot of work on this already, especially in the fall when we first started math that first month. So I know that you'll all be experts on this at this point in time in the year, learning about the 3-digit numbers and the hundreds. Okay, with that said, let's read the focus question one more time. I can use place value blocks and drawings to model and write 3-digit numbers. Okay, and I want you to have fun with that. Use your blocks, use your whiteboard and your place value chart, and go ahead and model the numbers and write them. Okay, have a good rest of your day. I still miss you very much. I hope you all had a great long weekend if you're watching this today on Tuesday, the day after Memorial Day. And yeah, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.